Good morning, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our season rank climb using a team that we built from scratch. So it is currently 2:15 in the morning, Sunday. You guys will see this around 8 a.m., which is totally fine, the same day. It's finally got cool enough for me to be able to record and having to wait until we had no one using the air conditioner unit. That's on the second floor of the duplex. For some reason, like, we have air conditioners for our duplex, and it's in 3 out of the, well, it's in two bedrooms, and one's in the living room. We don't have one upstairs in the master, not yet anyway. But either mine and my brother's PC is super strong, or our air conditioners are super strong. We can only pick which one that we want to have on. So it would have been perfect to get a lot of recording done today while the AC is on. However, his room was the hottest and has been the hottest all day. So he got the AC for his room. With that being said, we didn't really record anything yesterday. I was really drained from work and just went to bed. And because of the heat today, I had no realistic time to be able to record. And the recording that I did do was before the main heat came in. So I'm gonna try not to let that affect me during the recording though, but I'm hoping that this dies down soon. So far, the weather for the Pacific Northwest is gonna be like this until Thursday, where it drops down about 10 to 15 degrees, depending on which app you look at. Like, we're looking at mid 80s starting Thursday. So mid 80s is fine. I'm okay with that. When it gets to like the triple digits where it's 100, not so good with that. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into our matches today. We're going to do 6, and then we're going to get right back into the grind. So we might have a video for Monday. We're going to give it our best shot, try to fill out for the rest of the week. And again, if I miss a couple of days, it's just because of the weather. I'm going to try to do my best. But anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Well, let's get into our matches and see how we do, shall we? Okay, so we got Regidrago, Farigiraf, Whimsicott, Scizor, Groudon, and Chi-Yu. So we do have some priority that we do have to worry about with Whimsicott and Scizor, especially Scizor. Are they gonna activate Farigiraf? Probably not. Probably not. We could go super offensive and have to Chi-Yu, but if they bring in Regidrago, I don't really have an answer for that. We could go in Tornadus Zacian, which is probably like the best of both worlds. Probably Urshifu. I mean, do we? Yeah, we do have other counters that we can do, and we'll bring in Chien-Pao. I don't think that we'll have to worry about Farigiraf, or at least priority. I mean, it's Mach Punch. Mach Punch is going to do a lot of damage to Chien-Pao, but it's not going to necessarily do anything to Urshifu. And it's definitely not going to do anything to Zacian, and I don't think it's going to do anything to Tornadus. I might be wrong, but I think with our lineup we should be fine, depending on what they pick, right? I doubt it that they're going to use both Whimsicott and Scizor, but I've been wrong before. It would make them sense to bring in both. And it's Groudon, Whimsicott. Okay, so in this particular matchup, what we want to do first is kind of knock down Groudon, but we do need to set up for Tailwind first. I kind of want to do, no, let's do Tailwind, and I'm going to protect here so that way Zacian can take a hit from Precipice Blades. And if I do have to, like, if I do lose like Tornadus because of Rock Slide. Okay, so they activate Tailwind. My Tailwind comes in next. So they're probably gonna do Rock Slide. No, Bulk Up, okay. Plus his attack and defense, not bad. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and do Bleak Wind Storm. And kind of want to do, all of them are neutral against Groudon, but I also kind of want to remove Whimsicott. But I think Whimsicott's gonna get knocked out. So let's plan on if they don't get knocked out. Oh no, they're gonna get knocked out first. So we'll hit the Groudon. The Terra Water so that we don't get hit with ground type moves, because Zacian does get hit with 2 times. And we will resist some of the moves that could come out. We do remove our steel typing, so we're not going to resist Fairy. But here comes the Terra on their side. If it's fire for the Groudon, they guessed it. It's ground. Okay. Not, I mean, Precipice Blade is probably going to do a lot. Cotton Spore. So speed dropped on both. Okay. Prep Blades misses Tornadus. Interesting. I didn't know Cotton Spore hit both. Zacian just barely lives. Behemoth Blade. It's a lot. That's a lot. Bleakwind Storm. Misses 1. Hits the Whimsicott, knocks it down to its Sash. That was even a crit, too. Okay. So let's go ahead and protect there. And what can I swap into? Probably nothing. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and Sacred Sword Groudon. Protect here so that Whimsicott can't really do anything, and if it does go Rock Slide, I could possibly get a miss. Moonblast goes right into Zacian, which is totally fine. But now I get a protected slot with Tornadus, so now I don't have to worry about them taking any unnecessary damage. But now I got to bring in a Pokemon. Ooh, Heat Crash. Okay. Now I got to bring in a Pokemon that isn't affected by that. The problem is, though, we're going to bring in an Urshifu. The problem is that Bleakwind Storm. Well, Aqua Jet. We'll take down Whimsicott. I'll outspeed. I think Aqua Jet goes first anyway, so they can't really do anything, and they can't protect because I go through protect. So Whimsicott's dead on arrival here. It's Groudon that I'm worried about. Withdrew Groudon, okay. It's interesting. Worried about like the oh, they brought in both. They brought in both, that's fine. Whimsicott goes down. But if Bleakwind Storm hits, this should do a lot to Scizor. Bleakwind Storm, does it hit? It does not. It misses. Dear old Scizor. Now Whimsicott is down, which means they don't have access to Tailwind anymore, which is not going to be that big of a deal. The problem is now I do have a move on a Pokemon that doesn't really necessarily do anything because they have to worry about weather. Is this Groudon again? Nope, it's Regidrago. And they have one more turn for Sun. Aqua Jet the Regidrago so that Draco energy doesn't do that much damage. It is gonna do like a third. Aqua Jet, pop. It's very small damage, just minuscule, small damage, just small, super small. Draco Meteor. Ooh, you went Draco Meteor instead? Interesting. Okay. I think you just helped me set up. That's Life Orb too. Knock off. Oh, the Tornadus. Oh, just crit. Are you serious? Are you serious? All right, Tailwind's up. The Sunlight faded. We're gonna bring in Qian Pao. Now Scizor could be a problem here with Mach Punch into Qian Pao. Can't Terra. But I am gonna go into Regidraco because they're either gonna swap from Regidraco into Groudon, which then Groudon goes down, but it sets up the weather. Either way, I am gonna knock down either one of those Pokemon. It's the Scizor that I'm worried about. Because Mach Punch can also do Bullet Punch. Both of them are very effective against Qian Pao. So this is probably a loss. Protect. Okay. Ice. No priority move. Okay. Do you not have one? Knock off. You knocked off my Life Orb, which is good. I'm gonna go back into Regidraco, but now you put yourself into range, so you could do either one of the priority moves like Mach Punch and Bullet Punch. I think Bullet Punch is Steel and Mach Punch I think it's fighting, but it could be also Steel. Both of them are just not great against Qian Pao at all. But they probably thought that I have like... Oh, they're probably not even worried about Farigiraf. Everyone that sees Scizor thinks priority, so they've already probably planned for that and just kind of removed that from the equation almost because of the fact that you have to knock off again. I don't have an item. That still does a lot of damage for me not having an item. Are you banded? Are you banded? Here comes the drought. Not very effective. Effective. Let's protect. Let's see. Do you switch attacks? I mean, you've done nothing but knock off. Either you're banded or you're scarf. But even scarf, you're really slow. Now, Groudon has multiple attacks, so it's not choiced at all. Because he did Prep Blades and then he did Heat Crash. So we can obviously rule that out. Heat Crash comes in. Protect. Doesn't knock off again. I think you're banded. That one's gone. No, they're scarfed. They have to be. Scizor is probably scarfed. I'm going to go into Groudon so it knocks it out. So we're going to get down to our 1-1. Oh, you bait. No, come on. That was a bait. I ran right into that. This is a loss, by the way. Oops. 9 and 11. Absolutely is a loss. Because as much as I would like to be able to knock out these Pokemon, if I would have went after Scizor like 2 turns ago and just consecutively did damage, especially after like I knew that it doesn't swap or hasn't swapped any of its attacks, so it's just been doing steadily damage over and over and over again. Either that or it's either a choice item or they're just clicking that because they don't have a different option, right? Like maybe the other moves that it has just sucks, so we're not 100% sure. But getting baited into Protect from Groudon, that was interesting. But it also showed us that it was not Assault Vested. They did bulk up, so we saw that. So it wasn't going to be Assault Vest. What item did they have? It wasn't a choice item. It wasn't like they didn't heal either. And Life Orb was on Regidraco. Interesting. You're also noticing like this number is, at least the bar is a little bit smaller than what we noticed. I forgot to record the ending match where it showed the rank and everything like that. I also didn't have internet for like the longest time when that happened. I think it was like what, Friday's video, Thursday into Friday, where I lost internet. So I forgot to go back in and record like the ranking going up and down. So just letting you guys know, like it just went down a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, so we have Reshiram, Murkrow, Rillaboom, Fluttermane, Great Tusk, and Stone Journer. Okay, I can see where they're cooking. I don't 100% know what Stormjourner is doing, but I know everyone else. Like, right, you got Murkrow that can not only do Tailwind, can do Quash, can also set up stun. Like, you're doing really, 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 really well in that particular slot. And then obviously your Rillaboom's going to be able to take some sort of advantage, but we're going to bring in Chi-Yu and Tornadus so that we can actually start applying pressure immediately. Although Fluttermane's on that side of the field, I'm probably going to be able to outspeed it. We'll bring in Chien-Pao, and obviously we have to bring in Zacian because they're going to bring in Reshiram, right? Like, you want to have your legendary fight their legendary. Perhaps I won't Terra so early so I could survive. What in the world is that? Jesus. Could you imagine having 4 Ursaluna Blood Moons just kind of looking at you like food? All right, so we have Reshiram and Murkrow right off the bat. That's dope. Turbo Blaze, Radiant Blaze Aura. I do not know what that does. We're going to go ahead and use Tailwind so I get faster. And we do have a couple of options here. We could Snarl to lower down their special attack, or we can go a Heat Wave to do a lot of damage, but does nothing to Reshiram. We can do Dark Pulse and spam that for a while, or we can do Overheat. I'm kind of feeling Dark Pulse, so we're going to spam that into Reshiram. I'm going to activate Tailwind because I am super fast. Murkrow's also going to activate his Tailwind. Now, it doesn't. Dark Pulse goes into Reshiram. Draco Meteor goes into Chi-Yu. Oh, I just barely survive, and you lose 2 special attacks. Oh, you knocked down Chi-Yu anyway. Well, that's no fun. That's no fun. Okay, well, now I get to bring out the big pal himself, Mr. Chien. And since you don't have Tailwind, I get to do lots of goody things. Bleakwind Storm, and I'm going to go ahead and knock out... I think Reshiram's going to swap here. If it swaps, I'm in trouble. Because in the back could be a couple of options. Yeah, I'm going to take down Reshiram. I think that's the best option. Tailwind on... well, yeah, priority. Never mind. I was like, wait, what? No, I Bleakwind Storm. Duh. Reshiram goes down. So their legendary is Dunzo. Lost a little bit of HP due to Life Orb. Bleakwind Storm hits after that. And Murkrow takes a lot of damage. Now, Murkrow has 2 separate items that it can use in this form, because it does have the ability to evolve. You can go with the Eviolite and have like more defenses. Was that a Cherish Ball, Fluttermane? Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, that's 307. That's a lot. Let's go ahead and Bleakwind Storm. Terra Ghost, Sucker Punch into Fluttermane. Now, speed was heightened, which means that its special attack is not as high. Doesn't mean that it won't be able to do as much damage, but it is 307, which is really, really, really bad. Terra Fairy for the Fluttermane. This is also going to be really, really, really bad because now Sucker Punch isn't going to do that much damage. But I did Terra, so I'm not going to get hit with this big bad Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam to really take a whole lot of damage. So we're just going to ignore that for just a second. Sucker Punch into that slot. That's still a lot of damage for it being resisted. Thank you for that. Sunny Day. Why? It doesn't get an additional boost. You brought it out. Liquid Storm now hits both, and both get KO'd. Okay, I'm super proficient at using Sun Teams and using Tailwind. Murkrow could do both, as we just saw, right? But Fluttermane had booster energy. So it doesn't get another boost because you have to swap it out for the boost energy to connect again. But obviously it was for Mizure Great Tusk here. But I could just do this and protect and not worry about anything. I mean, this could be scarfed. Oh, there's the rock slide, so it is scarfed. It is going to take down Tornadus, which is unfortunate. Tailwinds on my team is gone. Okay. Let's bring out Zacian now. Now, attack was heightened from Great Tusk because of the sun. 3 turns, he has one more turn of Tailwind. Let's go ahead and do Play Rough, and I'm going to go ahead and just go Sucker Punch because Chien Pao is pretty much at the end of its life. I'm going to hit it a little bit just to kind of get it set up in range for Zacian. Rock Slide, so it does outspeed Zacian, which is 220. Chien Pao goes down, so we were able to survive Flutter Mane. But like I was saying before, set up the sun for... Ooh, Flinch cannot move, but the Tailwind is gone. Do I don't outspeed still. Okay. I don't think that really matters too much. Flinch cannot... Are you serious? Am I the unlucky one this time? Am I the unlucky one this time? Okay. So am I... But yes, you don't really necessarily want to set up Murkrow to set up the sun as soon as, like, to give a boost to Flutter Mane. Obviously, it was to give a boost to Great Tusk, but I don't think giving the Great Tusk boost is, like, the best option. Great Tusk is not a bad choice. You do have Fairy weakness, and you also do suffer from ground weakness. So, like, Pokemon like Flutter Mane and like Chien Pao would be able to just wipe the floor with Great Tusk. He's still a very fast Pokemon. He's probably on the same tier as Garchomp, and I love Garchomp. But you really want to be careful when you're using Scarf. I use Scarf on mine, and it's really, really hard. I think if you went Terra Rock, like prepared for Flutter Mane to get knocked out so that you didn't have to worry about it and still did the Sunny Day and had, you know, Great Tusk come in and use the Terra Rock on him to make the Rock Slides 100 like boosted, I think that's probably a little bit better of an option for you. But that was a good match nonetheless. Okay, so we have Flutter Mane, Incineroar, Shadow Rider, Water Ogerpon, Whimsicott, and Iron Hands. So first thing that I thought in this predicament is Scarf Chiyu and then banned Urshifu. We did swap to Adamant, I believe, on Urshifu. We're gonna put that as a question. Been a couple of days, so I might have forgotten. We do outspeed a lot of the Pokemon here, but I don't really have a way to really not be affected by Incineroar, which is very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and bring in Tornadus because they do need to be able to outspeed. Let's go in with Urshifu, Chien Pao, and Zacian. I think that's the best combo that I have, especially for this particular team that has multiple not Trick Room, but Tailwind. I mean, it has Whimsicott, right? Tailwind, Encore, stuff like that. But Fake Out. They have 2 users that use Fake Out: Incineroar and Iron Hands. Right? I think those are the only 2. They might have a third. Whimsicott, Incineroar. Spinate goes off. No, they have Flutter Mane. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and Terra Dark, Tailwind, switch to Zacian. Because I think Fake Out's gonna come over to the Urshifu anyway, and I need to negate the -1. So with that, I should be able to do it. Now, Terra going to Tornadus to stop Whimsicott from doing any of its shenanigans is a big risk, because Moonblast can go into that slot, which is now going to be super effective. But either Encore or Tornado or Tailwind needs to be established first, so that Shadow Rider in the back can be there's Fake Out, and Zacian just not going to do anything. Tailwind. Okay, so it's mainly to set up for Shadow Rider in the back. So we got that 100%. Okay, so now what I want to do is go ahead and do the Bleak Wind Storm. And I want to do the Sacred Sword. No, because now they're going to swap into something else, thinking that, oh, that's going to be in there. I'm going to Behemoth Blade instead. And I'm going to hit the Whimsicott, because I want that to be the first target. Now, Whimsicott could be swapped out of here. And because of that, it does open up some leeways, or at least some roads for Shadow Rider to come out, because we both have means to be able to outspeed. Now, the problem is here, at least on their end, they have to bring in Shadow Rider without having a hard switch in. So one Pokemon will probably need to be sacrificed for it to work. Whimsicott goes down due to Behemoth Blade, so no Sash there. Bleak Wind Storm misses the Incineroar. So here comes Flare Blitz over to Zacian, who is gonna survive with 2 HP. Let's go. And he takes the recoil damage should be much higher because it's based on the damage. It's like 20, 25. There is Iron Hands, who also ignores, he's gonna do tons of stuff. We're gonna go ahead and protect. This Fake Out's gonna come out and it's gonna hurt Zacian. Right now we're just kind of playing at ear's length and trying to do as much damage as we possibly can. Since Whimsicott's down, they can't reapply Tailwind, which means if I could just make it so that Tornadus survives, we're okay. And even if he doesn't survive, I do have options, and that option is Urshifu now. Because if either one of these Pokemon, like say Tornadus goes down, I'm kind of out of luck. Knockoff goes over to Zacian. So Close Combat or Drain Punch. Force Palm goes also into Zacian. So no Fake Out. So we've got that out. Let's do Bleak Wind Storm. And I'm going to go ahead and Play Rough into Iron Hands. This should take down the 2 turns. Play Rough into Iron Hands, knocks it out. Now Zacian's going to go down here, which is not a big deal. They can't swap out. Bleak Wind Storm now hits. Does not KO the Incineroar. Gets really, really close though. Knockoff goes into Zacian. Now at this junction, it does not matter what I click. Tailwind's gone for both sides of the field. Shadow Rider could be coming out here, and I automatically outspeed Shadow Rider. They can't protect, so they're literally stuck with an Urshifu. Oh, it's Fluttermane. Okay. It's not booster energy. They're still stuck. They're absolutely still stuck. I'm just going to go ahead and Bleak Wind Storm because Surging Strikes into Fluttermane, just going to knock it out. Out comes the Terra. It's going to go straight to Fluttermane, going to make it possibly Fairy. If it's Fire, that's great. It's Fairy. Okay. Now this is going to hurt if I do not knock out this Fluttermane. Surging Strikes. Oh no, it's done. It's donezo. It is donezo. I do literally a little less than half HP every single hit. So yeah, we're good. Fluttermane goes down. That was a very impressive match. I'm very surprised they didn't bring in Shadow Rider here, but it would make a lot of sense because I did kind of plan ahead for them to use it, right? Turned off the priority, or at least the prankster ability for Whimsicott, which made it so that it couldn't really do anything else. Knocked it out pretty early so that they couldn't update Tailwind if they wanted to. So I pretty much had like a really good walkthrough in creating a pathway to victory. I just had to shut down a couple Pokemon, make sure Urshifu was able to be in the back so that I can obviously outspeed Shadow Rider. Now, does he KO it all the time? Probably not, but since I'm set to Adamant, it's probably a good chance that I'm going to KO it, especially without any type of weather. Now if Whimsicott set up the weather, Urshifu was in bad shape, but we didn't have to worry about the weather. And then with Incineroar not being able to do its usual things and for some reason not relying heavily on Fake Out with Iron Hands was kind of interesting. That was a kind of interesting build. Okay. Ooh. All right. I like it. So we have Tornadus, Kingdra, Kyogre, Urshifu, Hitmontop. Sorry, not Hitmontop, Hitmonlee. Wow. And Blastoise. So primarily water supported team. What does Hitmonlee do though? What his feet do? I don't know. That's gonna be a really, really interesting question to answer. The problem I do have though is there's a Kyogre on that side of the field and I realistically don't have a good way of dealing with it. So maybe doing Tornadus Chi-Yu to Zacian, and then I kind of want to go in with Urshifu. I'm probably not going to though. Urshifu would be great here, but we have a water type, a water type, a water type, and a water type that all resist water. They resist it. It's like, why? Why though? It should be neutral, but no. Same types resist each other. Like my problem is here is going to be Kyogre though. Kyogre is going to be like the hardest thing in there, and it's going to be very interesting for me to get over. But they don't have anyone with Prankster, which is great. Again, I still don't really know what Hitmontop is, or not Hitmontop, Hitmonlee. Jesus. I'm out here just like messing up on callouts here. We got Tornadus and Hitmonlee versus Tornadus and Chi-Yu. So Beats Ruin comes in. So the Terra should go over to Chi-Yu because Hitmonlee is going to do a lot to Chi-Yu. But we're going to go ahead and get started off with the Tailwind, Terra, and I'm going to go not Heat Wave, but let's go Dark Pulse into Tornadus. Perhaps we'll knock it out because we are incredibly strong and we do not know if Wide Guard's going to come out, because if it does, Heat Wave is not going to do anything. Snarl's not going to do anything. We can do something, but if Kyogre comes in, Fire's not going to do anything. Oh, Fake Out. Fake Out doesn't affect Chi-Yu. Cool. Tailwind. So I won the 50-50, or I'm faster. Oh, either one is the same. Let's go. Dark Pulse. And Tornadus survives because of the Sash. Gotcha. Okay. Liquid Storm, and I'll go ahead and hit Hitmonlee for that. Because Prankster could hit in for like Tailwind now, but I'm locked into Dark Pulse, which I don't mind it at all, but I don't believe he outspeeds me here. There's the Wide Guard, so now, yep, he sets up for Bleakwind Storm and the Tailwind, so now they match up in speeds, which is totally fine. Bleakwind Storm's gonna get blocked. That's a good call. Absolutely good call. But here comes the Dark Pulse into Hitmonlee. Oh, that's not even effective, and oh, that's a crit. Oh, wow. Resisted Dark Pulse, critical hit with all of the stuff on it, just kind of knocked out a Hitmonlee, and I'm happy about that. Now their Wide Guard person is out. Their Wide Guard user is out. Now they're going to be less likely to bring out Kyogre right now until I swap out Tornadus. The reason for that is because of the fact that, like, one, he's taunted, right? I can't do anything else. Out comes Kingdra. Kingdra has Sniper ability, which is really, really bad for our team. Does Ice resist water? I want to say yes. We're going to swap to Zacian, and I'm going to go ahead and just Dark Pulse into Kingdra. Because I think Kyogre is going to come out, but I do need to deal with Kingdra first. Because Tornadus is like in the grave, right? I do have to worry about that, but I also do need to protect Tornadus so that when their Tailwind goes out, I can bring mine back in and be able to have access to it, which is why I'm switching mine out now. So I know Taunt, Bleak Windstorm, Rain Dance. Well, I don't even know if it has Bleak Windstorm. I know Taunt, Draco Meteor goes over to Chi-Yu. You're faster than Chi-Yu? Well, yeah, a lot of Pokemon are faster than Chi-Yu, to be honest. White Herb, okay. Oh no, Eject Pack, okay. Oh, here comes Kyogre. Bring out Kyogre. Please bring out Kyogre. Please bring out Kyogre. Yep, here he comes. Oh, I guessed that slot. Dark Pulse into Kyogre. That's a lot of damage. Heals up with the leftovers. That's a lot of healing from the leftovers. I have Tailwind for one more turn. I'm going to go ahead and use Sacred Sword. Nope, let's do Behemoth Blade over on Tornadus. And Dark Pulse on Kyogre again. I do not believe I outspeed Kyogre, but Kyogre is going to protect, which is totally fine. I am okay with that because they're setting up for Sniper or Kingdra with the Sniper ability in the back. Now, because it had the -2 to proc the Eject Pack, it got swaps like, immediately, so it's not that big of a deal. But now Kingdra does outspeed Chi-Yu here. It does outspeed Chi-Yu. Does it outspeed Zacian though? Now I do have a couple of options I could do here. And I believe the best option that I have to win this, as I'm thinking things clearly, is to go ahead and protect on Zacian and Dark Pulse into Kyogre. Suspectedly, if they do not knock out Chi-Yu, right? If for whatever reason they do not focus on Chi-Yu this turn and go straight for Zacian, then I could knock out Kyogre. But if they knock out Chi-Yu, I can bring in Tornadus, sets up the Tailwind, so now I outspeed and get a free Bleak Wind Storm as it comes out, and I can obviously knock out Kyogre. But next turn, they're probably going to focus on protecting Kyogre in the meantime. Terra goes out to their slot, and it becomes grass. Okay, so definitely not going to be great in the following turn. But I'm going to protect here. So do you ignore Chi-Yu or do you go straight for Zacian? Muddy Water. Okay. You hit Chi-Yu, gets the crit, knocks it down. Okay, that's a good call. Muddy Water is a good shot. Good turnout. Okay, Thunder. Okay, so do I have Qian Pao in the back? I think does he have Sniper or does he have Swift Swim? We're gonna just check that out right now. Water Dragon, Kingdra, where are you? Here's Seadra. Kingdra, do you have? He does have Swift Swim. Okay. So it's either Sniper, Swift Swim, or Damp, and it's probably Swift Swim. So I'm going to click this to become super fast, to play rough into Kingdra, to go ahead and activate Tailwind so that I outspeed the Kingdra, because I don't know what his speed tier is. Could be incredibly fast while in the rain. Tornadus did use Rain Dance for a specific reason, and it wasn't so that Kyogre had an extra turn. Right, we both can agree to that somewhat. Now, Tornadus could go down here, but we know, see, there's the protect from the Kyogre. I'm going to activate Tailwind here, so now I outspeed. And we know that Kingdra doesn't have an item. They're itemless. Play rough, into that slot, knocks out Kingdra. And Kingdra goes down. And now Kyogre, who looked pretty heavily, is going to be extremely frail against a non-resisted Behemoth Bash or Behemoth Blade and Bleak Wind Storm, which is 100%. So they have to go for a double, and they didn't. Behemoth Blade hits Kyogre. Kyogre goes down. Even though I'm exhausted right now, I am killing it. Killing it, guys. Let's go. Starting off with Chi-Yu gave us like the best option that we could, even with a resisted Dark Pulse into Hitmonlee. One hit KO. Just one shot at it. And I believe that was mostly because of the crit. We could check that out real quick. And let's actually do that. Let's see what Chi-Yu would have done against Hitmonlee. So yeah, that's about what I have. I think I have Timid. But let's do Hitmonlee. And ooh, Dark Pulse. Like, I haven't put any stats into Hitmonlee yet. Dark Pulse is 52 to 61%. So Overheat would have obviously done it. Flamethrower would have obviously done it, but Dark Pulse would not have. With choice specs, with the Beats of Ruin activated, the crit is what really did it. And we just add that. Maybe not. You were Terra Ghost. I'm trying to figure this out because Dark Pulse, even when critted, it goes up to 77 to 92. We didn't hit Hitmonlee, did we? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Wow. What? I don't know. I have no idea then. Calcs say that it should not have worked. I have no idea. All right, so we have Koraidon, Fluttermane, Chi-Yu, Raging Bolt, Hisuian Arcanine, and Regidrago. So because of this lineup, we do have some options. We're gonna run in with Chien-Pao Tornadus, Zacian. Because of Sun, it would be bad to bring in Urshifu, but is it bad to bring in Chi-Yu? We won't want to bring in Farigiraf. I mean, we could. It would shut down one move. It's like realistically one move. Let's actually swap Zacian so it comes out in the open. I do like that option because then we can kind of get a better feel of what is possibly out there. We do have counters for Arcanine. We do have counters for Raging Bolt, counters for Chi-Yu and Fluttermane and stuff like that. So we do have options. Third, who's gonna be my fourth? I think Chi-Yu's gonna be my fourth. I think that's gonna be the option. It's probably not like the best one. With this particular team, I don't really have a fairy type, so no main fairy type and no one to take advantage of photosynthesis. Chi-Yu, Fluttermane. Benefits, let's say photosynthesis. Let's go ahead and use Tailwind. Now, who's the worst danger one here? I think Fluttermane is by far, but I do need to Terra so I don't get one shot by Chi-Yu. So we're gonna go ahead and hit straight into the Fluttermane. I go first because I'm the fastest, which is dope, by the way. Now, since Chi-Yu is gonna lower down my special defense, with it resisted with water, if it does like what is it? Not Heat Wave, it's the other one. I don't remember. Behemoth Blade goes into Fluttermane, so if Fluttermane did not activate an item, is it sashed? Yes, it is. So it will live one attack. Chi-Yu just kind of sitting there looking cool. Heat Wave. That's resisted, so we're good. And activates Trick Room. Okay. Twisted the Dimensions. So now Chi-Yu attacks first. Interesting. All of my Pokemon are super fast, except for Chi-Yu, but I activated Tailwind, so now it's actually hurting me just a bit. So we're gonna protect here, and I'm gonna Sacred Sword Chi-Yu. Protect so that I can kind of survive a little bit if I have to. Since Trick Room has been activated, we do need to withstand some of these turns a little bit. So Heat Wave. There's a little bit of damage to Zacian. Here comes the Boom Blast. Isn't enough? It is enough because of Chi-Yu. Absolutely enough. Bring out Chi and Pow now. Okay. So we're going to Blink Windstorm, and I'm going to protect here because Flutter Mane is not necessarily like the danger. It is Chi-Yu, but I need to play through these Trick Room turns. And they're not going to bring in Koraidon because then that's probably dangerous for Flutter Mane. Heat Wave. Misses Chi-Yu. But it is going to hit Tornadus, which is going to knock it out, which is unfortunate. Now, Chi-Yu is probably Scarfed. Not Scarfed. Banded? Not Banded. Spect. Wow. Struggle. Struggle is real. The heat is real. I'm sweating. Not good. Yeah, let's bring out Chi-Yu. We'll have a good old-fashioned slobber knocker. So our defenses of everyone else. Let's just go ahead and do Snarl. Yeah, we'll Sucker Punch the Flare Mane. It's not like the best option, but it's the only option that I have. Because Chi-Yu's gonna attack last. Not Chi-Yu, but Chi and Pow's gonna attack last, so just gonna have to deal with it. Heat Wave. Oh, Chi and Pow avoids it. Let's go. Snarl. Not very effective. That one's gone. Good. Sent out. Arcanine. Intimidate goes off. Trick Room has one more turn. Run Snarl, and I will protect. You're so lucky. So lucky, Arcanine. You're so freaking lucky. Protect on Chi and Pow. Flare Blitz. Goes into the Protect. Now, is your Chi-Yu slower? It is. Chi and Pow protects. And it's not going to do as much damage. Snarl does a lot. But it's definitely going to be lowering down the special attack. Oh, it doesn't. Are you just using Covert Cloak? You're using Covert Cloak. That's a good idea. Sucker Punch is not very effective. But Sacred Sword's going to do a lot. So Sacred Sword into Arcanine, just to knock it out. We're not seeing any damage drops on the Chi-Yu, so it's probably Covert Cloak. Could also be Clear Amulet. Wave. Down goes Chi and Pow. Like, it was a really, really hard choice, right? I either let the Rock Slide user live, or I knock it out because it's a problem. But also, Chi-Yu is also a problem. But here comes Koraidon. Yep. This is a loss. I'm locked into Snarl. And I can't do anything to their Chi-Yu. Let me know down in the comments. Is that Covert Cloak or is that Clear Amulet? It's probably not Clear Amulet. It didn't let me in the chat down there, like in the down below, like where it says like opposing person like lost the stats or whatever. Just because like it doesn't say that. If it was Clear Amulet, it would say specifically that it was. So it's most likely Covert Cloak. Protect it from Fake Out, which is not a bad option. And it just spamming Heat Wave over and over and over again. I guess with the full maximum investment into special attack made it so that it can do as much damage without having to invest so much into speed. I mean, with Trick Room, with Flutter Mane making it so that it attacked like slower than mine, it did set them up for quite a while. So very interesting build. Super interesting. Okay. So we have Smeargle, Farigiraf, Cornerstone Ogerpon, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Fluttermane, and Ice Rider Calyrex. Okay, for Calyrex specifically, because we do know that it could be in there somewhere. Having speed is not going to be our friend in this one. Instead, what we'll want to do is try to avoid being hit with Trick Room. So they do have Fluttermane, but if I go in with Urshifu, I should have no problem being able to counter a lot of the stuff that's in front of me. That being said, it's a lot easier said than done. We'll go in with Urshifu, Farigiraf, Chi-Yu, and Zacian. Not Chi-Yu. We will not go in there. We'll bring in Qianpao. We're going to want to bring in someone that can probably counter Smeargle. They usually have Focus Sash, and we also want to bring in someone that can turn off Farigiraf as well as Trick Room. If we're able to do that, we'll be able to come out unscathed. But the opposite is also true. A lot of people have been playing with Farigiraf and know how to counter it pretty well. And since mine isn't necessarily meant for attack, it's supposed to shut everything off, we do have a couple of options. Okay. So we turn off Fake Out. So that's not going to be a thing. Instead, we have to worry about Follow Me, which is also not going to be a major problem. What we'll do is go ahead and use Surging Strikes and Imprison, because they can't stop me from doing my stuff, and I have an automatic Terra. So I'm going to Terra Urshifu, so now it's Terra Water, so I'm not going to take as much damage to fairy attacks. And I'm probably going to get Follow Me here. Nope, Fake Out. Can't. Armor Tail. Nice try. Oh, they just let it go. Okay, Fluttermane goes down. Oh yeah, that's more than half. 2 hits. It goes down. Fluttermane goes down. I'm going to go ahead and use Imprison. So now Trick Room and Protect cannot be used. And they also cannot use Imprison. So it's even better. Calyrex. Okay. Has 2 abilities. So we're going to go ahead and Surging Strikes into Calyrex. And I'm going to go ahead and Protect Farigiraf. Follow Me is probably going to come out here, because we do have Spore. I'm going to Protect because I have that option. Yay me. Surging Strikes. No Follow Me for the Smeargle. But it's not doing hardly anything to the Calyrex, which is unfortunate. I mean, I did more than half, so it's probably a 2-hit KO. Decorate. Oh, here comes the +2. Oh no. You better hope that you're faster than Farigiraf next turn, because that's going to be really, really hurting. You might take down Urshifu, though. If that's the case, I'm not necessarily... Oh, you don't! Okay, well, that's definitely bad for you, then. I'm just going to go right into that slot. It can't protect, can't do anything. And I'm just going to go ahead and Foul Play, because why not? There's the Follow Me. Finally. Surging Strikes. It's about time you use that. There's the 1. The Tahoo. Oh. And it goes down. Now, am I faster than Calyrex? Is Farigiraf faster? Is Farigiraf faster? Please say it. Yes, it is. Okay. It literally didn't get to attack. Oh, no. Oh, no. Out comes Ursaluna, and Ursaluna is not too happy to stand in front of a... Yeah, we're going to Protect, and they're going to Terra. Okay, so it's going to be normal, ground, fighting. Normal. Okay. So it's got to use its Terra. So that's good. I can't go into close combat, but it did remove the weakness to water. So that's cool. Question is this still going to be enough to knock out Ursaluna? Surging Strikes, Terra Water. I'm Scarf, not Banded. Nope, it's not. It's going to be a 2-hit KO, looks like. Yeah, that is enough for a 2-hit KO. Hyper Voice, which is going to do a lot of damage, and this is probably a Life Orb. Ooh, we'll see. It could also be Throat Spray. Most likely Life Orb. Bop! Urshifu goes down. Urshifu, no! Yeah. Okay, and bring out Chi and Pao. Lowers down that. Sacred Sword. And foul play. Ursaluna can't protect. They literally can't protect. Imprison, the way that I have it, I stop Trick Room, I stop Protect, which is what a lot of people use. So because it can't select either one of those, they're sitting ducks. Paragraph was not touched that entire time. God, I built a really, really terrible Paragraph. Switching to foul play has been like a really, really good option. Absolutely great option. Thanks for suggesting that, guys. Because I probably would have struggled a little bit more with like Hyper Voice, Psychic Noise, maybe even Psychic itself. I'm so glad that I went to this route instead. It's been so much fun. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the end of today. I'm not really necessarily sure what day it is anymore. Since the heat's coming, my brain's kind of mush. But we ended today, whatever that is, 4-2. So I'm happy about that. Our notes for next video is Scarf Chi-Yu and maybe banned Urshifu. I think we're not going to do any of that because today's matches with how they were set was pretty freaking awesome. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't really want to make any changes unless I have like a complete falling out. So far, all the matches have been not sweeps. So we've been bringing them down to one Pokemon or maybe two Pokemon. So half the team's gone. It's not like, oh, 4-0 and you just barely did anything. We're going to check to see if we did an adamant swap on Urshifu, which I believe we did. And we have no main fairy type. We do have Zacian with the Play Rough, but I'm more meaning to like Fluttermane. Obviously, just keep going back to over to Fluttermane. But we do have other fairy types that do a lot of damage. There's Screamtail that does a lot of damage. So the Pokemon that like really take offense to having Fluttermane on that side of on my side of the field, we're missing that. But again, we're making do with what we've got. We don't really have to have Fluttermane. I have no one to really take a huge benefit from Sun Team. I actually get a huge detriment because of Pokemon like Urshifu, sorry. Which is why I didn't use him in the Koraidon team. I didn't want to have a water user for like a good portion of his movesets being like Aqua Jet or even Surging Strikes. Surging Strikes in itself being nerfed by half is so detrimental since I'm not using Mystic Water. Mystic Water makes it a base power of 30, and then the Sun makes it a 15, which you saw in some of the damage calcs that it wasn't that high enough to be doing a lot of damage. But if we can do it in a way that we could counter in a way, then we're totally set. We're going to check to see if click this or not. Okay, so we're going to check. Urshifu is adamant. So we did make the correct choice there. So he is adamant, so we don't have to worry about that. Great. So we can just mark that off. And then obviously we just need to make a mental note that Fluttermane can also use Trick Room. I'm not looking for it all the time, which is unfortunate. A lot of people just do what I do and just Unga Boonga, Moonblast, or Dazzling Gleam that side of the field and not worry about it. But it's not a bad strat to have it, especially if you have Sash, and then you can manipulate the time so that you don't have to worry about that. So that's really dope on my opponent's side when they can kind of take an extra minute or two to kind of think of a strategy. It's like, okay, I've got Pokemon that are incredibly fast. They will devastate the table if they do Tailwind. And if I can clearly see that, make sure that Fluttermane can live because they're going to obviously take the turn to set up Tailwind, I'm going to reverse it, and now my side of the field automatically gets to attack first, which is usually what Tailwind gives you the advantage of. So absolutely great play that these guys are doing. I wish I saw it more, honestly. But I'm also glad I'm not, because I would probably lose a lot more than I do now. Currently being 13-12 though, it's not bad. 25 matches overall, so I can't be totally mad. And we are one match away from Master Ball. So hopefully if the weather doesn't suck tomorrow, we could get back into recording on the daily and hopefully come out ahead of this. So I'm super excited. But ladies and gentlemen and Poke fans alike, that is going to be the end of today's video. Please leave a like on the video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, if you guys want to show your appreciation. If you guys have any questions, please list them down in the comments down below, as I do reply to any and all comments left behind. If you guys want to talk to me anywhere else, you guys can look in the description, find my X account as well as my Discord link. You can follow those to get to where you will want to go. If you are a returning viewer or a brand new viewer, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the show. This is what I do. I record VGC battles on the online ranked ladder to help myself learn and get better at Pokemon competitive VGC. It's the video game championships. So that's what this series is for. I record my wins, my losses, how I adjust my team, what I see the most often, and if I can help you understand what a lot of people are doing, then that's great. That's what this is meant to be. If I can inspire you to join this hobby, it is a little bit of a learning curve, but just like riding a bike, you'll get used to it really quickly. It does take a little bit of reading, but if you don't mind listening to people on podcasts kind of tell you what to do, you can find a couple. I know I would like to create some like VGC ready videos for you guys. So if you guys want to see something like that, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll see if I can get stuff together to kind of create a playlist for you guys to learn how to play competitive Pokemon VGC up to Scarlet and Violet, or at least Gen 9 if we're currently at. We don't have Gen 10 yet, but we're currently at Gen 9. I'll do my best to teach you how to play with the resources of Gen 9. So there's that. There's a playlist at the end that you guys can watch. It's got over 300 videos that you guys can watch from the beginning of my adventure in season 4 all the way up until now. So if you guys want to show it a little bit more support or just kind of watch more videos of this type of content, that playlist is specifically for you. Now, leaving a like on the video does help out the videos perform better. Leaving a comment also helps out with the interaction. But most of all, if you guys would like to help me out the most, hitting the subscribe button, it does help out the best. It helps the videos perform better. It helps the channel be seen a little bit more. So I'm hoping that you guys will find it in your hearts to help a poor guy out, to help support my work, and just kind of join me on a couple of laughs and want to support the channel. That's the best way to do it. You can also hit the notification bell over on the right, select it to all to be notified when I upload next. The plan, for anyone that doesn't know, is to upload every single day of every single month, and that is due on purpose because I felt like playing the game, and I'm gonna be playing the game. Might as well record it and have it up to your guys' viewing pleasure. Now, there are going to be exceptions to that, like we did last night where it was too hot. I couldn't really record anything. And like we do have short battles like we did on Friday, I think, where we didn't have like I lost internet. I can't really do anything about that. But by the time that it came back, I wasn't going to record 5 more matches. I had a deadline to get a video out for you guys. So I did stay up. It did come back like 2 hours later, and that's how we got that video for Friday. But the exceptions to those rules outside of those is that because I work swing shift, if I'm sick, if I have to wake up early in the morning to like do some YouTube stuff or other business type deals, I have to worry about that. If I have to go to work early, do meetings, or stay late for possible overtime. We've shut down most of those options, but it still pops up from time to time. So those are the options or the reasons why I would cancel a video, and I would let you know on YouTube specifically on the community tab if I'm going to miss an upload. So if you guys see something from me at 8 a.m., you guys will probably know this is this, but sometimes I like to surprise you by asking a question or pop a poll and stuff like that. I'm going to try to do that just a little bit more. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. I'm hoping that you've enjoyed the video. once again, I'm hoping you guys enjoy the day. So happy Sunday, first and foremost. And that's all that I've got. So I'll see you guys hopefully Monday. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. And yeah, that's all I got. So I'll see you guys on Monday, hopefully. And stay cool, stay hydrated, and I'll see you then. Hopefully, possibly. Please let the weather go back to normal. No 100-degree weathers. That's what it's gonna be for the next couple of days. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care.